I've never been a fan of office parties. Too loud, too staged, too fake. But my wife insisted this one was different. It's casual, she said, fussing with her lipstick for the third time in front of the mirror. You're like everyone. Her name's Lauren. We've been married 7 years, together for 10. She was a social one, the kind who could light up a room effortlessly. Me? I preferred the corner with a drink in hand, letting everyone else take the spotlight. That night, the hotel ballroom was alive with polished smiles and the sharp scent of expensive cologne. I followed her in, one hand stuffed in my pocket, the other holding a glass of untouched whiskey. She drifted into her work circle like a magnet finding its field. I watched people turn toward her, laughter spilling out naturally. And then I saw him, Ethan Clark, marketing manager. Tall, confident, probably mid-30s, with that practiced charm some men wear like armor, the kind who lingers just a second too long when looking at another man's wife, testing limits. I'd heard his name before. Laura mentioned him occasionally, always in that polite, dismissive way women do when they don't want you overthinking it. Oh, Ethan's funny. He keeps the office alive. Funny, right? He was standing too close as I approached. His hand brushed hers when he laughed, just enough to pass as friendly. I gave a polite nod, introduced myself, and shook his hand a little firmer than needed. His grin didn't falter. So, this is the famous husband, he said, glancing at Lauren and back to me. We were starting to think she made you up. Guess I'm real enough, I replied. Laughter broke out in the group. Lauren smiled, awkward and fleeting, and I caught that tiny flicker in her eyes. The one that said, please don't make this a thing. Not yet. As the night progressed, Ethan's orbit around us only tightened. Every joke seemed to involve him. Every story had some way of looping back to Lauren, charming in a self-assured, performative way that masquerades as confidence. But beneath the smiles, I felt it. The challenge. When the party shifted the bar area, he clinked his glass against mine. Come on, man. Let's grab a round. I'll get the next one if you can keep up. Lauren laughed. Careful, Ethan. He doesn't lose easily. Oh, we'll see, he smirked. One drink became 3. The easy laughter around us turned into background noise. Ethan leaned against the counter, grinning as if he'd already claimed some unspoken victory. You know, he said, swirling his glass, Lauren's one of the hardest workers here. Everyone loves her. Yeah, I said. I know. She's got that effect. Makes people want to impress her. He looked at me again, that subtle glint of provocation behind his words. You ever worry about that? I met his eyes. No, because she's got good judgment. He smirked, nodding slowly, deciding whether to push further. Fair enough. Lauren returned from the dance floor, cheeks flushed, eyes bright. You two getting along? She asked. Great guy, Ethan said, full of charm. I smiled, feeling something tighten inside me. Not jealousy exactly, more an instinct to quietly remind a man where boundaries are drawn. Later, a game started at the tables. Who knows who better? Ethan called out, how about a friendly challenge? Husband versus coworker. Let's see who knows Lauren best. The group cheered. Lauren looked uneasy. She could have declined, but I saw the smirk on his face. You won't dare. All right, I said. Let's play. The questions began innocently. Favorite color, favorite holiday, favorite movie. We matched on most. Then Ethan leaned in, voice just loud enough. Okay, last one, he said. What's the one thing she says she can't live without? Lauren's eyes widened. Easy, I said. Her morning coffee. He grinned. Wrong. She told me last week. She can't live without laughter. The room laughed, but not me. That was the moment it clicked. This wasn't just a game. He wanted a reaction, and he was about to regret it. The laughter hung awkwardly in the air. Lauren tried to cover with a smile, but even she could feel the shift, subtle, electric. Ethan looked smug, satisfied with a win he didn't earn. I leaned back, swirling the last sip of whiskey in my glass. You're right, I said calmly, almost amused. She does love to laugh. But that's because she's learned to, especially around people who don't know when to stop performing. The table fell silent. A few chuckled nervously, Unsure if it was still part of the game, Ethan's smile faltered. Lauren brushed my hand under the table, a quiet plea to let it go. I did, for the moment. The rest of the night dragged on with fake smiles and polite goodbyes. By the time we left, Lauren was tense beside me. You didn't have to say that, Nathan. I didn't have to. I agreed, but I wanted to. She sighed. He's just like that with everyone. Harmless. I looked at her. Only harmless if the other person doesn't know what they're doing. She said nothing. The silence stretched all the way home. The next morning I woke early. Years of construction work do that to you. I made coffee and watched the street wake up. Lauren's phone buzzed on the counter. Instinctively, I glanced. A message from Ethan. Hope Nathan's not too mad about last night. Grinning face with sweat, you two are such a power couple. See you Monday. I set it down without a word. A test message. When Lauren came downstairs an hour later, I was already dressed. She looked tired. You're up early, couldn't sleep? I handed her the phone. Ethan texted you. She blinked, reading it. It's nothing, just friendly. Friendly doesn't test boundaries. She searched my face. You're overreacting. Maybe, but I've spent my life around men who push limits. And the worst thing you can do is let them think you won't push back. The following Friday, Laura mentioned another after-work drink. Just a quick one. Ethan's bringing the team. I'll swing by later, I said. She frowned. You don't have to. I want to, I said simply. When I arrived, the bar was dim and half empty. I spotted them at the back. Laughter, clinking glasses, office small talk. Ethan noticed me first. Nathan, he called, grinning. Didn't think you'd show. I smiled. Yeah, well, didn't want to miss the entertainment. He raised a brow. Still sore about the party? Not at all, I said, stepping closer. Actually, I came to thank you. His smirk faltered. For what? For reminding me that some people only respect what they can't embarrass. The group quieted. Lauren looked pale. I wasn't angry, just steady. Ethan straightened, confidence slipping slightly. Hey, it was a joke. I know, I said. You like jokes. Here's one for you. I leaned in slightly, voice even. You work around her every day, right? Remember, I work around people who build things. And if a man doesn't respect another man's home, we don't give speeches. We set boundaries. He blinked, unsure if it was a threat or a lesson. Maybe both. Lauren gripped my arm. Nathan, let's go. I nodded, smiling politely. Good seeing you, Ethan. We left without another word. That night, Lauren stayed quiet on the couch beside me. Finally, she whispered, You scared him. I didn't mean to, I said, but I think he finally understood something. She looked at me, eyes softer. That you're jealous? I shook my head. No, that I'm not one of his games. She studied me, then rested her head on my shoulder. I didn't realize it looked like that. I should have shut it down sooner. I wrapped an arm around her. The silence that settled between us wasn't angry anymore.